you have all of this documentation on video of the police breaking the law.
Oh, yeah.
And other people too, but you need a lawyer. You need an attorney. Talk about that a little bit.
God. This whole movement that we've been doing since we took the Federal Reserve back was February 28th of last year. Our movement has captured hours and hours and hours of videos of police abuses, of them disregarding the law, of enforcing policy, the mayor's policy on the homeless instead of the actual law. They have been issuing 647E citations on public sidewalks for people trying to set up tents. If you read the law, it says in the law, without the permission of the owner. As it being a public sidewalk, I am the owner. I gave myself permission to be there, but they still will issue the ticket. Then they will confiscate everything that you own as evidence of lodging and throw it away. This is the game the city plays. This we publicly announced over the megaphone, said, hey, you got to stop this. We know the law and you're breaking it. The other thing is the sit-lie law. They disregard sit-lie law. I've seen them issue tickets to people in wheelchairs. I have seen them make people with freshly broken legs stand up. This is not the way the law was intended. These instances are targeted directly on the homeless and just the homeless.
Do you have video documentation of this stuff?
Yes, I do. We got sit-lie tickets over there, and I filmed a whole bunch of people sitting 20 feet away in the same position we were, not getting tickets.
Okay, attorneys, step up, attorneys.
And
we need you.
I also read them the law that they broke. I explained to them that we are exempt. If you read the law, sit-lie does not apply if you're in a demonstration. It's there. It's the fourth exception.
Right.
So just read the law. And we told them that, and they don't care. They figure because we haven't done anything so far, we're not able to. And we had a beautiful opportunity last year to really nail them. We dropped the ball partially because I didn't get a very important email. We can't make that mistake this year. This year, we know what we're up against. We got them again. We got the video again. Let's move forward. Let's get the injunction. Let's set up tents. This is allowed. It is a Supreme Court from the 30s.
You want to set up tents outside City Hall right here across the street from us?
I'll set up a tent any place that I can get enough people to back me up to set up tents.
Okay, now what's this 30s law?
They had a protest in D.C., and the Supreme Court said that they can use a symbolic tent as a form of free speech, as long as it's not occupied, as long as nobody's in it. And that's what we had over there. Even though we had some people sitting in the tent, once they told us to get out of the tent, we got out of the tent. And then we put our gear. The whole thing was that was our security. We were going to store our gear inside the tent so that the local drug addicts wouldn't steal it in the middle of the night while we were trying to get some sleep. They took that from us, though, and it did have symbolic speech written clearly on the tent when they did it. All on video. I got the whole video of that whole episode.
I want to point out to you that Mike Zint knows the law.
Yes.
Knowing the law is one of the key strategies for success. Now, I want to find out one final thing before we sign off this, and that is, why are you doing a vigil instead of a protest? And I need to hear the legislation on this.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what the wording is, but a vigil is...
You said it was in the Constitution.
It is protected by the Constitution.
Okay.
And this is where you'd need to talk to our legal advisor because she knows the lingo that I can't do.
I was looking for chapter and verse in the Constitution. What words do I look for?
Look under the First Amendment. A vigil is protected under the First Amendment as a form of free speech. Now, I don't know if it says vigil in there, but the Supreme Court does say vigil. And this is where Belle would need to be here with the actual. She's got the cases and everything all listed so that we can use. We just refer to them as we need them.
Belle is the legal advisor for Occupy San Francisco.
For the occupiers. I'm sure there's other legal advisors out there, but for our group, she's the only attorney that has stepped up.
Occupy San Francisco.
Occupy San Francisco occupiers, because we're each little affinity groups. So our affinity group has this particular person. She's really good at telling us what to do as far as the legal part of things go. She's educated us, and then we just continue educating and looking.
Okay, so it's on Belle's research, say-so, and legal knowledge
and
that tells you that it's legal to do a vigil.
Yes, 24 hours as long as you want. There is no time limit. There is no limitation to your First Amendment. That's what the Constitution says. Now, what they say is, oh, yes, there is. You can't have the tent. You can't do the vigil. You can't have an info table. You can't even sit on a public sidewalk because you're blocking the sidewalk. You can't have your feet on the sidewalk because that 21-foot sidewalk over there has an 11-inch blockage. That's the law they used against us, and they are enforcing the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law. That was also said. The sergeant that went after my phone said that.
Okay. Mike, you said this was day 15 of this occupation. Do you intend to continue?
We will continue the occupation through the end of the boat race, and then We will discuss what our next plan is. We have some actions. We have some ideas. We want to go to neighborhood banks and hand out credit union cards. We want to sit there with our group. We've gotten enough media that we may actually get some more attention. People will pay attention to us, and they may take us as a legitimate form of, hey, it's time to shut down the banks. Here's an option. They may start working with us.
You're going to continue this vigil at City Hall.
Well, we're going to talk about it. The vigil has to become something else. We need to occupy
But after the boat race goes away, the other issues that you're dealing with have not gone away.
No, nothing has been addressed. We haven't gotten anybody out to talk to us other than a low-level person.
What are some of those other issues that you're concerned about besides the boat race?
Fukushima is huge. This is a major, major thing that nobody's really, I mean, it's starting to be discussed. But the truth still will not come out. We've gotten serious reports, and they're like, oh, it's not that serious. Throw it in the ocean. The ocean will dissipate. It will be fine. No.
What about the corruption of Ed Lee?
Well, the corruption of Ed Lee is something that I'm not as qualified to talk about because I'm not from San Francisco. I've only been here for 2.5 years.
Okay, but you're out here with the group, and the group is calling him a bleepat.
Yes, that's because
he's part of the corruption issue.
He is a major part of it. But the thing. Well, this is what I've gotten is he's not supposed to be mayor because of his former job with the city. He's able to do things and make money for the ultra-rich in the city that he would not be able to do if he hadn't had that position. And apparently he's more of an appointee than a mayor.
Well, he started out as an appointee, and he said he would not run as mayor when he was appointed by the 1%, and he lied, and he did run for mayor, and it didn't matter because he was just appointed by these rich people. This is the corruption. The first thing he did was lie. The first thing as mayor. I think, personally, you should stay because there are a lot of these issues you told me about on the other videos we did that this vigil was about those other issues, and those other issues have not gone away.
Nothing has gone away. We can continue this, but a lot of it is really up to the group of people. This is not just me saying it. They have to come together and agree as well because that's how the group operates. And they may decide that this isn't worth it. I mean, Sarah's really been coming down on the fact that we're just sitting here doing nothing. She wants to do more, but 5 or 6 people have a hard time actually getting the attention.
You need longevity in time, and you will get other people out here.
Well, we're already doing it.
I would like to see you stay, put up the symbolic tent, and keep on keeping on.
If we can get a lawyer to get the injunction, we will do it.
You will get other people to come. Lots of other people are concerned about these issues in San Francisco.
If the lawyers will step up, if we can get a lawyer to come out and get my videos and look at it. I also have Bell's injunction in my pocket on one of those little, whatever they are. And all 8 gigabytes of video from the other occupation down at the Federal Reserve. There is definitely enough evidence to show that they squashed our First Amendment. They violated probably more than one all the way through. But I'm not the attorney. I don't know enough. I just know that I feel like I have not been treated fairly by the mayor, City Hall, and in a lot of cases, the actual people of San Francisco. They just don't understand, and they look down on us as an illegitimate thing when we are the ones that have the knowledge and the ability. We don't work. We can't work, but we can protest. And we can do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once we get organized, we can raise some hell.
I have to say something that the press, the mainstream press in San Francisco, is bought press.
Yes.
And that is why Occupy San Francisco has gotten ignored. And that's why I'm out here doing this.
I would like to call him a name.
Yes, you needed to call him a name in order to even get one story.
Oh, we got more than one. I'm hearing that we have been all over the news, but I don't know which station, and I can't find the information online.
Okay, you should stay.
Okay, I will take this back to the group, and if I see some responses online, if you can get on my wall, my name is Mike Zint, Z-I-N-T.
Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. We are trying to organize on my wall so that the information is posted in one location. I'm trying to open up the Occupy San Francisco, California Facebook page for public posting of all events. If we can get everybody on one wall instead of having 7 different walls and having 15 different groups, then everybody knows where to look. That's how you organize.
Okay.
And all we have to do is spread the word, get everybody on the same page.
I'll get videos and articles on that wall. I'd like to see that happen. Thank you, Mike
You're
Zint,
welcome.
very much.
Thank you for doing this, Carol.